All right, we are live.
Hey.
All right, I'm Zane Daniel, the director and the founder of the Higher Self Expo, and I'm joined today by KristaLyn Vetovich. Did I say it right?
No, not this time. It's
No. Oh,
KristaLyn Vetovich.
Vetovich. Ooh, I
It's
like that. I like that
it's a
way
tricky
better than
one.
the way I just did it. So
Yeah.
thanks for that correction. And so, as everybody knows, this expo is a metaphysical expo. And this one is a little bit different because we are going to have a theme. The first one was just a bunch of wonderful light workers who gave us all tons of healing in a 1 day span. It was 14 speakers over 10 and a half hours. And this one is over 2 days. Each day is about 7, almost 8 hours. And we're going to have, though, a mixture this time. So we're going to have healers and light workers, but we're also going to be having people that are working to help transform society in a boots on the ground sort of fashion. So people who are going out into the world, who are making differences almost at a 3D level, moving us to 4D as our path to 5D becomes easier and easier. And so that is how I found KristaLyn. And so I'm so excited about what she has to offer and what she's going to be talking about. So at this moment, KristaLyn, tell everybody about you.
So my name is KristaLyn A. Vetovich. I am a best-selling author and astrologer. And my method of really ushering in that 5D vibe is what I call high vibe entertainment. So what I've realized is, as a reader myself, as I'm trying to get better at my craft, I've noticed books were taking kind of a low vibe lately, and anxiety was being sort of shared and not coped with. They would lead you into the dark, but not show you the way back out.
Mhm.
So I decided, what if the collective conscious and the sort of state of that consciousness could be found in our social media, in the entertainment that we find on TV, in books, in any kind of storytelling that we share. And you'll kind of notice throughout history, it does seem to have that pattern. So the stories that we're sharing, what if we programmed them as we wrote them to be healing, to walk the reader or the consumer of whatever platform through the process of coping with the situation, be it anxiety or any other mental or emotional health state? And if you walked them through that, you could help raise the vibration in a safe and a conscious way through entertainment. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like being able to relax into healing, which I think is so unique and so important. So I wrote a book called Writing the High Vibe Hero's Journey. And it applies to every form of storytelling. But of course, I approach it from an author's lens and invite anybody who tells stories in any format to just check it out and check out my speech that day, where I can go into it in a little bit more detail.
Right. This is great because I as came from the entertainment industry.
Mm.
So for 22 years, I was a producer in the video game industry, and I've been writing a comic book series that is a high vibrational comic book series
I've checked that
for
out.
more. I think we're coming up on our 4 year anniversary, and that has been doing very well, and it's a lot of fun. We're up to chapter 15 on it, but ultimately I was super excited about it because when I came up with the idea, or when I downloaded the idea, it was very much about how to transform society. And that hero's journey is definitely a part of it. And it's interesting because, you know, there's so many different ways to do high vibe entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
There's that you can write a normal everyday story, right? Like, doesn't have to have supernatural anything. It doesn't have to have um, the Pleiadians or the Arcturians involved, right? It can just be regular everyday stuff, but taken through your approach, which is fantastic. It's that high vibe approach. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited about it, and it was very interesting to hear, like you say, that you do it through relaxation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the entertainment has been a way that I have thought a lot about how we are advancing. We can see by our entertainment.
Yes.
So if our entertainment starts to get higher vibrational, then we know where we stand. But like you said, I ran into the same problem. I was looking for high vibe entertainment because I didn't want to read the same old murderous intentions and horrific results and asteroids going to smash into the planet and things like that. I wanted to see real life, everyday things where people wake up or have some sort of moment where they go, oh my gosh, this is how I transcend this situation.
Mhm.
And so that's why I ended up writing my own, because I didn't feel there was enough. But I've started to notice there is getting to be more and more of that. Have you noticed that as well?
Absolutely. It's so funny. You come up with an idea, and then all of a sudden you start attracting all the other people who, on their own, have had similar ideas. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not the same, but complementary. So it's like the universe and God sends you the team of people that you've now opened up to inviting. And so I've met a lot of people, some of whom are actually still speaking at the expo as well. And we're teaming up to raise the vibration. And trust me, even in storytelling, even in high vibe storytelling, there's a place for that little noir sort of vibe. I know my husband's favorite genre is horror. And for him and for some people, that can be high vibe. And I explain it in my book, and I'll explain it that day as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Well, are there any more details that you want to talk about your talk specifically?
So my talk is going to be covering the practical application of storytelling. Yes, we're reading books. Yes, we're escaping into a different world. But this is about bringing the feeling of that world, the vibes of feeling like a hero from that world and into your present reality, so that you can actually manifest, but also become the hero or eventually the mentor of someone else's story. So that's the big takeaway that I'm excited to share with people that day.
That's great. Yeah. And, when I'm working with people and I'm doing my class on negative entity attachments and helping people get over that, or just a general ascension sort of class, I really am gearing it toward helping them help the next person, so that they aren't just an end result, but they are the beginning of a new tree of being able to help people. So it's beautiful that I'm seeing, or you're saying that you're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I love the tree analogy too. Thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Cause well, you know what it is? As a kid, I got really into football,
Mm.
and when a coach learns under another coach, they call that a coaching tree. And so now that coach teaches other coaches, and they take on some of those philosophies. And so which tree does that coach belong to? It's a funny sports analogy, but it works.
High vibe athletes.
Exactly. All right. Well, this has been a pleasure. I'm super excited to have you on, and I'm super excited to have everybody on. As of right now, I have you scheduled for Saturday. We're still working out that schedule. As you see, I post a new one and someone says, wait, I can't do it that time. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to change this. That's normal. 22 speakers over 2 days. That's a lot. So I totally understand. But that's why I haven't released it yet. It will be released fairly soon. And you can find out more about that schedule and about the other speakers if you sign up on our website at higherselfexpo.com. We send out emails about all the speakers, individual information. You can find out more about them, how to connect to them, and all about, like, just when we post new things about them, all kinds of great information. So I highly recommend that you check on that. And of course, we broadcast live on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can find our channels on both of those. It's always Higher Self Expo. And if there's anything that you would like KristaLyn to point anybody to, you've got your website on there a little bit. So why don't you say that out loud for them, so they're looking at that going, wait, do we put a period after the A, or how does that work?
Yeah, so great point. In my web address, there is no punctuation in my name. It's just KristaLyn Vetovich, one word, .com. And I've got plenty of things there, from high vibe fiction novels that you can enjoy to reaching out and working with me in different capacities. And the best way to actually reach out to me in person is through Instagram. I spend a lot of time there and I love to talk to people. So I'm at the real KristaLyn. Authentic, right? I'm at the real KristaLyn on Instagram, and I would love to meet new people there.
Very good. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you in, like, I don't know, what is it, 4 weeks or something? 3 weeks? It's coming fast.
Yeah, 2020 is just going really super fast, and I'm partially convinced it's just to get us to this expo, because it's going to help us out a lot.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, thanks. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye, everybody.